Hey, Angie Nelson here from theworkathomelife.com. Now, finding legitimate work from home can be hard enough, but what if you need to earn enough money to actually support your family on your income alone? In today's video, I am going to be pointing out some great at-home opportunities that offer great pay. And this video includes some ideas for everyone, regardless of your skill set or background. So make sure you stay till the end of the video so you can find out how to get my free 7-day series on finding work at home free. It's the dream of many people wanting to work at home to earn 6 figures a year. But most people think that that's just a dream, that it can't happen to them. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about several opportunities that we know from experience has the potential to earn you a full-time income, and not just a full-time income, but an income that can actually support your family if you're relying on your income alone. So we are going to start out with our first opportunity, which is going to be freelancing. Now, some freelancing can really include a lot of different things, and we're going to touch on several opportunities that are within the freelancing industry as a whole. The first one I want to talk to you about is freelance writing. Now, many people, when they're getting started working at home, they may run across some of these opportunities for writers, and it's really low pay. And so they automatically dismiss this opportunity and don't really give it a second chance. However, if you really get into freelance writing and start specializing in certain, industries based on your knowledge and your experience, you can really make a name for yourself, and you can also start warranting some really great rates as a writer. I know many blog writers today that are just writing for, your everyday blogs. These aren't things that are too technical or anything like that. The writers for these blogs right now are getting upwards of $150 or $200 or $250 for $1,000 or $1,500 word blog post. And that's some really good pay when you're considering that maybe you can write those based off your knowledge and experience alone. You don't have to do a lot of research. That can end up being a really good wage for you. Now, to get involved in this industry, you're obviously going to need to love research, and you're going to have some great English and grammar skills. But as from there, it's really just about gaining experience. You might have to take a couple lower paid gigs in the beginning just to get up your portfolio. But after that, you can really start reaching out to the clients and the companies that you want to work with and make those connections happen. Start pitching them your ideas and offer your availability as a writer for their site. Now, another industry that we know has a lot of great potential is virtual assisting. Now, many virtual assistants get started as just general VAs, offering some very basic and entry-level skills and services. But over time, they really start specializing based on their own interests and the skills that they pick up along the way. And the more specialized that you get and the better your skill set is, the more money that you can ask for. And when we are talking about virtual assisting, we can really get into a lot of different branches there. You may get out into social media management and marketing, which is a really big industry right now. And a lot of people in that field are really able to make some of the big bucks because they can really provide results for their clients. And that's something that clients are willing to pay for, is results. If you can get them making more sales, getting more subscribers, getting more traffic back to their sites, those are things that they're willing to invest in. Now, another branch of virtual assisting that we can talk about is digital marketing as a whole. This is a newer term that is really starting to pick up steam. And when we're talking about digital marketing, it can include a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, what it typically involves is getting traffic from one platform back to your client's site and then getting them converted into a subscriber or a sale, or both in many cases. So the digital marketing industry, it is going to include a lot of things like running advertisements, whether that be Facebook ads, search ads, You're going to be designing a sales funnel through their email service provider. You may be promoting their content across different channels in order to really expand their brand reach and recognition. So you may need to have some different skill sets here, such as copywriting, web design, graphic design, advertising. These are all things that you can outsource if it's not something that is your bread and butter, or you can also pick up these skills online. Everything that we are talking about today, you have the opportunity to learn these skills online and on your own time. A college education is not necessarily needed or involved in many of these opportunities. Now, another industry that we are seeing some really big successes come out of is consulting. And consulting it's another industry that really involves a lot of different things. It can mean different things to different people, and it can really touch on some different industries depending on where your skill set and experience is. If you come from a strong business management background, you can certainly offer consulting and coaching services to small businesses and online entrepreneurs that are looking to get started. Helping them learn the ropes and show them what steps they can need to take to succeed. Some other facets there may be personal finance. That's a really big topic, a really trending topic right now is personal finance. Maybe you can offer some consulting there in regards to budgeting or investing, some things like that. Now, another work at home opportunity that we are seeing a lot of people succeed in today is blogging. And this is probably something that you have run across as you have been looking for work at home. You've likely heard these success stories of these women that are making 6 figures or more a year just from their blogs. And it's certainly possible. One thing that you need to know is there is a bit of a learning curve with blogging, and it does take some time in order to ramp up that traffic and those monetization avenues that are going to bring in that reliable and steady income that you are going to need. So if you want to get started in blogging, you certainly should get started ASAP. There's really not a lot of barriers to entry there, but you do need to keep in mind it is going to take you some time. So if you do need to pay the bills right now, you should probably combine it with one of the other opportunities that we spoke about today. Blogging is something that can be done on the side and with just a few hours a week while you're getting rolling. So pick up some other work to get those bills paid in the meantime and pick up those blogging skills in your spare time. Now, another area that we have seen really picking up in popularity in the last few years is online reselling. And reselling can mean going through traditional avenues like eBay that people have been using that for many, many years now to, sell things at a profit, whether it's things that they have lying around the house, or maybe it's going out and finding a great deal somewhere and taking those items home and reselling them online. Another great opportunity is going to be Amazon's Fulfilled by Amazon or FBA program. That is going to allow you to resell your goods right on the Amazon platform, which is going to give you access to a far larger marketplace and a lot bigger of an audience that you can reach in order to sell your items. Now this one, it is going to involve some investment up front. Obviously, once you run out of things around the house that you don't want anymore that you're going to sell online, you are going to have to go out there and probably make some purchases of the items that you want to resell. So that is something to keep in mind if you are working with a minimal budget right now. Reselling is one of those things that you can start dabbling with on the side as well, just like we talked about with blogging. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind with all of the opportunities we spoke about today is that they all are going to involve work. None of these are a magic bullet that is going to just take off on its own and provide you with the wealth that you're seeking overnight. You are going to have to put in the legwork and put in the long hours in order to make it a success. That being said, all of the things that we talked about today are skills that you can learn online. You can pick up new skills through some of the online courses that are available, or sites like Udemy, who offer a lot of great courses for really affordable prices. So really think about what things you're interested in and what skill sets you can take and job experience you've had in the past and can turn that into a work at home business of your own that can really provide you with a great income. Now, if you like today's video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And make sure you're subscribed so you get a notification of the next video. And don't forget to check down in the description here for a link to that 7-day series on finding work at home that I mentioned before. Until next time, I wish you most success online.